Yes, and I think you noticed already for several times that one of the keywords of this webinar is actually the system. And myself and Andres, we have seen over the years that system and discipline indeed is at the core of success, because what you really need to succeed, you need to have a very strong strategy. And we have been also working with tens of customers on specifically helping them with strategy, helping them find their specialization, helping them set up positioning. And the other part is execution, basically how we execute campaign. And then, of course, if we talk about the system, we have noticed that actually it depends, each element depends on other. And you cannot very easily, let's say, do poor sales management job and have good results, or have a poor content and have a great results. So it's very important to treat this all as a system of interrelated parts. And that's the most important thing. And quite frankly, if we look at what is the number one challenge for most of customers we are working with, the challenge is actually setting up the system. How to make sure that each part supports every other part. And let me give you some examples. As example, what happens if analytics is faulty in the system? So what is the impact? Well, first of all, if analytics is not working, or analytics is not providing the data we need, nobody really knows what's going on. And because of that, it's not possible to do campaign optimization. What are results? Well, results are that campaign cost is very high because you're spending lots of money on advertising and you cannot figure out what's working, what's not. And also nobody knows what's going on. So you cannot report to management, you cannot report internally how exactly campaign is going. And as a result, that's basically a system failure, because you cannot get results at a reasonable cost. Let's take a look at another example. What happens if sales is failing? And quite frankly, again, this is something that we have seen sometimes, that, let's say, campaign is working very well, we have quality content, automation is in place, analytics provides full picture, everything is optimized, but for some reason, sales people are not involved, or they are not motivated, and sales management doesn't happen. So what happens? We have lots of generated prospects and leads, but nobody is following up on leads. Leads are rotting, people are forgetting what they signed up, and when called, they don't recall what kind of content was that they signed up. And again, it's a system failure, right? And so system is extremely important. And if there is one takeaway today for you to take away, is really you need to think about system, and putting it together is not easy.